Hi, this is Father Jamie. I hope y'all are having a lovely evening wherever you are. Just wanted to reflect a little bit about my experience over the last couple of days at Lassen Peak. Chris and I went yesterday and climbed to the top of Lassen Peak, and it was absolutely amazing. I hope you watched the video for that. If you haven't, do it. Today we went back to Lassen Peak and we went to Bumpus Hell, which is a geothermal area. Lots of hot, bubbly stuff. And when we were on our way back, I just had some reflections going on through my head, and I just wanted to share those. You know, we really do live in a beautiful, beautiful world, and I'm so thankful that I'm able to get out and explore it. So thankful for that. This trip could not have happened unless two or three things hadn't have happened. First, my mom and dad having the wonderful idea when I was in fourth grade of me seeing the country before losing most of my eyesight. They talked to my Uncle Joe, who owned a trucking company. He's now retired. And Mom and I went with my Uncle Joe in his semi across country to California from Kentucky and stopped at places along the way. It was absolutely amazing. And that's what I got to do before I lost most of my sight. So thankful for that. In my early adulthood, the other person I have to thank is my wonderful friend, one of my second mothers, Judy Tilford. She helped arrange my first long-distance Amtrak trip after my senior year of high school. And to get to do a cross-country trip on a train was just phenomenal, and it was wonderful. But what she did was, after the fact, she said, someday you should do this on your own. And through an interesting chain of events, I ended up doing a train trip on my own when I went from Omaha to Chicago. Mom and Judy were supposed to meet me in Omaha, but things didn't happen that way, and I ended up riding the train by myself from Omaha to Chicago. That created the monster. And then after that, I started going alone, going across country. And that was a lot because of Judy saying I could do this. And I wanted to go to a beach by myself. That was my first goal. Anytime I threatened to do that, Mom and the rest of the family would go ballistic. And Judy said, well, just go and don't tell them until after you've already been. So that's what I did. Of course, I had told Judy and a couple of other close friends that I was doing it, so people knew where I was. But it was thanks to those experiences that my trip today could take place. And I just want to also thank my pastor, Father Mike Clark at Blessed Mother Parish, for allowing me to take these 2 weeks post-pandemic to take this trip. And I'm so thankful for my parish, for your patience with me and your love for me. And I know that a lot of you miss me and want me back home. So, but that I have a place that I can call home that I look forward to coming back to after 2 weeks is amazing. So there's that. The thing that saddens me as I was reflecting today is that there are some people who don't try to get out and explore the world and have experiences like what I did. Yesterday, climbing Lassen Peak was a huge deal. It was for an experienced hiker, which I can now say I am. Over 10,000 feet. And it was hard. I won't lie. It was hard. Chris and I struggled, but we did it. We didn't have to do it. There was no reason that we had to do that, but we did it. And I'm thankful that we did. It comes down to coming out of the comfort zone. I'm from Grayson County, Kentucky, little town of Caneyville. When I was in high school, I decided I wasn't going to go anywhere. I wasn't going to do anything. And I know that there are people well into their adulthood that think that way still and don't go anywhere and don't do anything. Y'all need to get out. Get out of Grayson County. Get out of your small town. Get out and experience life. It's passing you by. And some of my blind friends, who I'm especially hard on, that don't want to go anywhere because you're afraid and don't think you can do anything. Yes, you can. I climbed a 10,000-foot volcano yesterday. And yes, I had help. But the physical part was me. I used my buddy's eyes to get me through the lava and over the rocks. But it was me that did that hiked that. Nobody had to pick me up and carry me. I did it. A lot of us are totally capable of things like that, and we need to get out and enjoy life. Have experiences. We got to spread God's love, and part of that is being present out in the world. I can't count how many people we encountered on the hike yesterday and today. The world is not full of bad people. We met a lot of good people over the last 2 days, and I know we're going to meet even more as the time goes on. Now, I'm not saying there's not any bad people. Yes, there are difficult people out there, but there's a lot more good ones, and we need to be open to that. So I challenge all of us to keep expanding our horizons, get outside of our comfort zone, find ways to do that. Otherwise, life is going to pass us by. God put us here for a reason, and part of that reason is to be present, to look for the good, to better ourselves and our experiences by having experiences. Get out. Go. That's what Jesus calls us to do. Go out and proclaim the gospel. And part of that is just as simple as being present. Let's go, y'all. Let's see how many more adventures we can have. God bless you all.